What is going on, YouTube? Today we're doing a Behemoth Typhoon tier list, sussy BTs. So we're actually going to be doing this, the strength of the Behemoth Typhoons after the FD nerf. If you guys didn't know, FD now is the minimum distance that it pushes back, and guard break moves can now be pushed back with FD. This is a pretty big nerf for Gold Lewis, and we're going to see how good they actually are now. So first, let's start with 214. I believe this is 248, and that is F tier. It is now unusable, really. You can only really use this Behemoth as a meaty option. It doesn't work after any of the normals when FD'd. You could sometimes get it to work pre-FD nerf, but now it just 100% of the time it does not nerf. Or sorry, 100% of the time it will never hit if they FD. So it's very, very unreliable and can only really be used as a meaty low. The problem with using it as a meaty low is that most people are just going to block low, react high anyways. And so going for that, if they block that up close, which it only does hit up close, you're only +3, so you get nothing after. You're not guaranteed a single thing because the pushback is enough that your 2P is going to whiff. And yeah, it's just truly unusable. If they get hit by it, congrats, you get something, but it's just terrible. It's not good. Next, 268. This is a tough one. So 268 pre-nerf, S tier for sure. The problem is that 268 now you can't really chain them if they FD. Now I believe you get, after close slash you can get 1 and then the second one will whiff, and as raw you can get 2 and then the third one's gonna whiff. So because of this, it's not very good anymore. Now it kind of only leads to like a true 684, and anything besides that can be backdashed afterwards. Unless they're in the corner at max distance, then maybe you can get away with doing in a 486. But it's not that great anymore. I'll put it in B tier. Also, this used to be a great meaty option. Now if they FD, you don't get a close slash after it, so it's just not great. Next, okay, this right here is tough because it's only a combo tool. This is if you guys didn't know, this is 426H Behemoth Typhoon. It's really only used as a combo tool, and you can kind of use it the same way that you would use 486 in the corner. Bonk, thank you, Watham, for the 100 biddies.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, thank you. You can use it in the same way that you would do that, but the problem is that it doesn't go overhead, so you can't really catch jumps ever with this move. So it's a great combo tool, not really using pressure unless you're in the corner, and it has the weakness of being able to be jumped out of, which 846 kind of has that, but it has the more like overarching range. So I'm going to put it in A tier. It's a must. You have to use it. It's just not, it's pretty one note. It's one dimensional. 268's better. I disagree. 268 got hit with the hard nerf. Next, 486. I think this is probably the best Behemoth Typhoon now. The reason being is after close slash, this actually beats the option of FD backdash. It's one of your only Behemoth Typhoons that will catch that. By the way, this one can do that also, but mid-screen you don't get anything off of it, so it's not as good. 486, you always get a combo off of it if it hits. If you condition them to not mash, this is definitely the strongest Behemoth to get. It also has the least amount of pushback. So yeah, I think this might be the best Behemoth Typhoon right now. But of course, it can be mashed, and you might even be able to react to it. So 624 is kind of a banger. I didn't really know how good it was. So obviously, I'm going to put it in A tier. So 624 is the Behemoth you want to use as like a standing neutral tool that isn't as difficult to use as 684. And most importantly, after in your corner strings, you can choose to break the wall by using this Behemoth. So it'll actually launch them forward instead of 684, which keeps them close. So because of this one's existence, you get to push them to the wall and actually get the wall break, as opposed to 684 where you can just get a knockdown. So if you need the extra damage, this one is super useful. This one is also goated in the air. It's your fastest one, and comes out really fast and covers a lot of the ground. Wisp, thank you so much for the follow. Next, we have 684 S tier. This move right here, actually, wait, I take it back. 684 is the best Behemoth Typhoon. The reason 684 is good is, number one, it's your neutral as Gold Lewis, your best one. It's your it's your biggest neutral tool. You use it after backdashes, you use it after empty hops, you use it raw, use it to confirm all of your hits. You can, even after you confirm a hit, you can use RC to get massive damage afterwards. The scaling is incredible with this move. Yeah, 684 is the best Behemoth Typhoon by far. I'm sorry that I misled you by saying that 486 was better. Next, we have the low. The low pre-nerf. Low was right up here in S tier. Problem is, the low now suffers the same thing with the 236, where your follow-ups are just not great anymore. So, number one, this actually, I need to put it in C tier, I think. So, okay, so here's the thing. This, when used in block strings, by the way, this is the slow low. I don't know if I already mentioned that. This used in block strings is bad now because a lot of the time it's going to whiff. It's very inconsistent because of the FD. And if they FD'd, even if you get them to block it, you're pushed so far away that you have no options afterwards. So, the only time you can really use it is after like a 6-6 RC. Like, let's say you do far slash 684, you RC in, and then you use this to put yourself plus 16. For that, it's very good for. Also for like, if you could do this on like a meaty setup, it's very good for that. But the problem is when it's just used in block strings, it suffers from those problems I said earlier. So, do I really think that it's worse than 268? Probably not. It probably is just about a... I'll put it in B tier. I don't think it belongs in C tier. It's strong if you get them to block it and you can stay in. Usually this only happens if you do it as a meaty, which is very difficult to do, or if you use it after 6-6 RC. Finally, we have 862H. This is our fast overhead. I won't let you put it back down. This is our fast overhead. I'll drop it in C first, but I haven't picked a spot yet. This is our quick overhead option. It's a frame trap. FD kind of messes with this somewhat because you get pushed back so far that slower buttons will clash with you. Usually it would clash with 3-framers and everything else it would hard beat. Now because you're pushed so far back, it hits way later, and sometimes you can get like an unfavorable tap, like you hit with like a 5P or something. It's kind of tough. It is also good after a 6-6 RC, like the low. Has to be S way than I don't think it's an S, brother. I hate to say it. It also suffers from the same issue as, it's definitely at least B, but it suffers from the same issues as 842 in that you don't get your options if the close slash and this were both FD'd. But it also has the same strengths in that it's used after 6-6, and it can be used as an option for a meaty. There you go. But it's difficult. And the thing is, I'm gonna put it in B above this because actually, no, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier. So the reason is this makes you more plus, but this is very inconsistent and this is very consistent. You'll always get it at least. And if they get hit by it, you get your hard knockdown, you get to get in, you get a safe jump. This one, you get the hit. Sometimes you're too far away, you can't even combo off of it really. You still get your knockdown, you still get to run in, but yeah, I think consistency wise, that's what keeps these two apart. Overall, I think this is a good time to talk about my beliefs on behemoths. I think behemoths got hit very, very hard. And the shining behemoths are the ones that weren't affected at all. You have your 684, which you want to be pushed back, so you're fine with it being FD'd. And 486, which is kind of immune because it keeps you very close, even with the FD. So yeah, these two were not changed whatsoever. That's why they're in S tier. A tier, we have the consistent ones. You need this one for your corner conversions. You need this one for your wall break conversions. Also for like combos, it can also be used as neutral. Actually, I think that this is better than this. Sorry, we'll put this up front because it's also as neutral usage, and this does not really at all. And our overhead consistent usage for offense. The reason B tier is B tier and not with the other A tiers is because their follow-up options are very, very nerfed. You used to be able to 268, 268, 268. That's gone. Used to be able to close slash 842, 842, 842, just continuously get in. Can't do that anymore. And in F tier, there's a tier between this. This, you get no options after unblock, and it's very inconsistent to use. This is the worst behemoth. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Big shout out to our boy Chop in the chat who gifted 10 subs and got us to do this live. Thank you everybody for watching. Let's get some back with sevens in the chat for the end of this video. And yeah, that's all I've got. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I'm going to give one quick plug to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/backpack. I promise you the content is very good there. We do lots of stuff. I play viewers, I play Celestial, we do random fun things like this. And yeah, we've been crushing it lately, both on YouTube and Twitch. So please, 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 if you got free time, if you see me live, If you see my YouTube video where I'm like, oh, I'm live on Twitch right now, consider hopping in, dropping a follow, saying hi. I also avidly answer questions in there. So if you have any questions about Gold Lewis or whatever, feel free to ask. And yeah, that's all I've got. Bye-bye.